I have some routines that I can kind of look back on and say, okay, this was the one that I had the best training, especially back from, there was a time when I did the 2007 Yorton Cup, where I remember that was like my best training because I knew I was going against Doug Miller and Kareem Petaway and those guys. And then also the 2015 Natural Olympia, which I think was probably my best look. I know that I did the Doggcrapp. And when I did that, it was the first time that I was able to do a working set, and then I would do that stretch, the static stretch, and it was tough. I felt the stretch, and I felt like, oh my goodness, I can't even hold the weight long enough to, especially for like chest, right? And then for legs, it's basically for quads, kind of leaning back and let you get to stretching your quads. Back then, I was very intense, and I actually had a workout partner, so it was a lot different than I did now or even in 2015. I always did legs first early in the week because legs were kind of the thing that I wanted to focus on, because that's one of those things that helped me stand out against the other competitors. The first day of the week, I always did heavy squats first, heavy leg press first, because you want the compound movements to make sure I had size on my legs. I did RDLs because that's what really helped me to get the striated glutes, walking lunges for my hamstrings as well, to just get that extra split that you would see in my side chest poses. And then I would also do the hyperextension machine. And when I got up to the top, I'd squeeze my glutes too. And those things were the best for my legs. For back workouts, I did a lot of pull-ups where I would have a static stretch where I'm at the top, holding it at the top, and then slowly coming down to get that release. And I do 10 sets of 10 of those. And I'd have a spotter that hold my legs up there so that when I come down slow, I'm not cheating. And if I couldn't get that pull-up, they'd pull me up. And it's amazing how effective pull-ups can be. Pull-ups are probably one of the best back movements you can do besides deadlifts. Deadlifts, we would do 10 sets of 10 of those, which back in the day I was able to do pretty regularly without like having any injuries and stuff. So that would be the back workouts. I always focus on incline chest. I can't remember who else mentioned it in your podcast, but for me, I don't do flat bench. I always do incline. My upper chest was always lacking, so that's one of the things I made sure I focused on. And so I would just destroy incline and do like 10 sets of 10 with that as well, along with some dumbbell flies, incline. That ended up being the majority of my chest workout. Then if I did pec deck afterwards, that would be my finishing move. I would do a set of 10, and then my workout partner would have us do where we're kind of close, and you just kind of like you post like that, you really feel this all here, right there in the crevice, the cavity, and that would burn. And then you just go back slow. And then that's where you do the Dante's Doggcrapp stretch. And you just hold it. And that would be the most painful thing in the world there, especially after you do the stretch after you do your set. You do it right after you got through annihilating that body part, and then you stretch out for I think you have to do it for 60 seconds.
And this was a period you were doing one body part per session?
One body part per session, yes.
Okay. 5 days a week?
5 days a week.
Okay. Except for arms. Arms, you combine biceps and triceps.
Arms I combine. That's correct. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then, so we got the legs out of the way, we got the back, we got the chest, and then you got the shoulders by themselves, and then the arms by themselves.
Correct. The shoulder workout for me was intense as well, because I know I had to focus on being as wide, because I'm not a naturally wide person. My bone structure is pretty narrow. So of course if you get your round deltoids and everything else. For me, the one thing that we loved to do was to do, instead of 10 side laterals, immediately 10 to the front, and then 10 pressing. That was a good burn. We do like 5 sets of those. For rear delts, I would do cable rears, and I would also do the pec deck and just going back as well. I do some bent over flies as well for rear delts, but we did focus on all 3 heads on a regular basis. And the shoulder workouts surprisingly were long. At first, I would not train shoulders that long, but this one we wanted to really focus on, including presses. We always start off with presses. So we did dumbbell presses and barbell presses for shoulders. And we do, I think, 5 sets of each of those. It was almost 5 sets for everything. So the presses, we do like 5 of the barbell, 5 dumbbell. Then we do the supersets of the sides, fronts, and then the presses again. That was another 5 sets, 15 sets there. Rear delts, we would do 5 sets of those. We did shrugs on shoulder day as well.
Right. Were you pyramiding up, or were those like hard working sets, like where those warm-up sets included the 5 sets and the 10 sets?
Yeah, we had warm-up sets first and then the 5 sets.
Okay. So you pick a weight and you'd stick with that weight for the 5 working sets, or depending on how it was going, you might increase it or decrease it?
We would always increase.
Okay.
Always increase. So it is mainly like a kind of like warm up of 15, then it'd be like a 10, 8, 5, 5, 5.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And then the biceps and triceps?
Biceps and triceps. Skull crushers were always our favorite tricep workout. For biceps, 21s were always our favorite. We love to crush 21s. We didn't do a lot for arms because, you got two body parts going at the same time, but hammer curls, barbell curls, cable curls, then we do preacher curls, and then we finish off with 21s. Sometimes we do 21s with the cables. Sometimes we do it with barbells. And then for triceps, it was skull crushers, overhead extension. With cables, we do the rope, we do reverse grip triceps, and then kickbacks. Kickbacks are one of those things too that people don't realize is a very effective old school workout, but I don't see a lot of people doing them these days. But I feel like kickbacks were really good. Also, we did dips. We'd also do dips surprisingly on tricep day too, yeah.
But body weight or weighted?
But we would do weighted. We would do weighted.
Okay.
It just depends on how we felt. But sometimes we did, which I thought was cool. Yeah, on a machine.
Got it.
No, sorry. We did real dips, not the machine.
Oh, the non-machine. Okay.
Not
Gotcha.
a machine. We real dips. And we just have the belt on with a 45 plate, sometimes 245s. But that was when I was younger.
Yeah.
One thing is too, we would do a competition with dips to where someone would do 10 dips, the next person would do 11, then 12, 13, all the way up and see how many we can get to. And that was pretty fun and challenging too. So I think the most we ever got up to was like 30 dips back then. And of course, they weren't weighted, just normal dips and stuff.
Of course.
So yeah, but.
And the kickback was with the dumbbell, I'm assuming that what you're referring to?
Yep, dumbbell kickbacks, yeah.
Yeah. And the workouts, they last about an hour?
No, they were longer.
Longer, eh? Okay.
Back then, because I was in the military back then still. So I would have the time in the military just to be in there with my buddies. And sometimes we go at lunchtime. Sometimes we'd have 2-a-days. So it really depended. So if we didn't finish our workout at lunch, then we'd go back right after work and get it again. So
got it.
We had so much more energy back then.
Yeah, you were younger, right? It makes sense.
Yeah.
And the priorities, again, that goes back to the priorities, right? What I'm going to say is if you have a picture or something like some old school training logs, whatever in your phone, or you send it. I'm going to create a really cool magazine. With the magazine, how it works is there's like a super small subscription fee. It's like $5 for the month. We're getting some people that are really enjoying it as well. They're interested. So I just want to make sure you're cool with that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm cool with it, bro. I really appreciate your energy, your passion for this. Like, we need guys like you that know how to capture what we're doing. And especially the older guys like myself, the historians, it helps us to realize like what we've done our entire career still means something. At least that's how I feel. So I appreciate you. Yeah.
Your career definitely had a huge impact, and it still does, and you still do. So I thank you so much for your time, your effort, and I appreciate you, man. And I look forward to continuing on, with our contact, and hopefully meet you in the near future.
I hope so too, Kenny.
In person, of course, because we of course.
Of course, yeah.
All right, man. I'll let you go. Enjoy your workout. I hope you have a great day, and we talk soon. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
See you.
Cheers. Yep. Bye. Main thing is to be consistent. I think the reason why guys like myself and Marshall have been able to stay doing this and be able to do this for so long is because we know the time to crush it, and then we know the time is just to get in there and stimulate the muscle. Stimulate, not annihilate. I've heard a few people say that. And if you're consistent and you do it that way,